The fine fox from Diadario sent me their Xpand1 pedalboard and asked me to check it out along with a whole box of other pedalboard related things. So let's check this out, but first let's hear a little intro. Hi everyone, welcome to Bass the World. My name is Gregor Fries and today I'm accompanied by my buddy Lars Lehmann playing a bunch of pedals which will be installed in a moment on this board. I mean, you've already seen it, I haven't. That's the magic of video editing. But before we get started, let's have a look what they actually sent me. First of all, of course, we have their Xpand1 pedalboard, which is an expanding pedalboard. It's a relatively small one for a bunch of pedals, but then you can expand it and add others later, which is a really cool system. So let's check this out in a minute. This is a pedal riser for two pedals actually that allows you to lift them a little bit higher on the board. This is really cool. Solderless cables. Of course, you will need patch cables to connect all the pedals, and with those you can make them in the exact length that you need. Then we have their Pedal Tuner Plus, which is a very interesting little tool. Of course, it's a tuner first and foremost, but it has a few cool extra functions. First of all, it's also a buffer, and then it's also a timer that allows you to kind of calculate the time that's left of your set that you are on stage or whatever you're doing as a musician. It's a neat feature. I've never heard of this before, but it's kind of a neat feature. So what else do we have? Power supply adapter, of course, very important for all kinds of pedals. This is their Pro Winder, not really for a pedal board, but just something really cool to have. It's a string cutter as well as just a winding tool for bass strings. And then we have a few of these little things. These are called lock knob or low knob. This is actually also a very neat invention. Sometimes you have pedals that you just always want to leave in exactly the same setting. You never really want to touch them because you have found the sweet spot and you want to make sure it stays there. Of course, sometimes, especially live on stage, it's dark. It's just sometimes happens that you just touch the pedal and turn the knob a little bit. And with those, you can absolutely prevent that. Replace them with the regular knobs that are on the pedal, and they cannot be turned anymore unless you really want them to. Really cool. So I guess that's it. And now let's put all of this together. The first step is, of course, the board itself. So yeah, let's get it out of the box. Let's check it out. And that's how it opens. Here's a little assembly instruction. It's a pedal board that needs to be assembled, so I guess let's do that. Here we go. To be honest, at the very beginning I was a little bit annoyed that you have to assemble it, which is kind of unexpected with a pedal board. On the other hand, when you put it together, you really get a feel, get a sense for the quality of this thing, and it's really insane. It's all aluminum, it's super stable, it's super solid, but it doesn't weigh much, and I mean, honestly, this feels like the highest quality pedal board I've ever had in my hands. And you have this cool feature where you can do this and then just snap these things in, so it stays where it is, and that's really cool. You even have these little adjustable knobs here that allow you to put it at a different angle. If you want to have it a bit more steep or a bit more flat, that's all possible. I mean, that's cool. After all of this is done and I had a quick lunch break, let's put some pedals on this board. Here are the pedals. And number one is the wonderful BassTheWorld limited edition Red Mug from Gem Pedals. One of my absolute favorite bass drive. Comes in the very first position. Then I thought about using the Diamond bass comp, which is absolutely amazing. I love this pedal, but I also wanted to use the EBS Unichorus, which is also a black pedal. Both are black. I thought, let's keep it on brand. Let's use two EBS pedals. We have the Unichorus and we have the Dynaverb. After that sits the Diadario tuner, which we talked about earlier. So let's get all of this cabled up, if that's an expression that people use. I don't know. So the board is built, the pedals are here. Now let's have a look at what else we need to do. Of course, the next steps are cables and power. We have these solderless cables from Diadario. I've never done something like this before, but I'm absolutely fascinated. It's so easy. You get these plugs, you get this cable, just put it in there, and then you have this little screw, which I took out earlier, which you just have to screw back in. Let's do that real quick. And that's all you have to do. And for power, this is the power supply Diadario sent me. Of course, as you can see, this is just for single pedals. So in this case, because we have 4 of them, I will just use one of those daisy chain cables that I have so we can give this more output. So let's do all of that. And we're done. That's the board. I didn't use the pedal razors. This is a really cool thing, but I think it applies more to bigger board. We have just a single row, and if you have a bigger board with 2 rows, of course it makes sense sometimes to use these in the second row to lift the pedals up a little bit, so you don't step on the first ones when engaging the second one. So these are cool. Also didn't use the low knobs, which again is a really cool idea and a cool invention, but as this more of a studio board that I want to use, and actually I want to use all the controls. Not really something that applies here, but again, really cool product. And yeah, I mean, again, as I said before, I'm super happy with this pedal board. The quality is absolutely amazing. It feels really sturdy, and I mean, great job, Diadario. And now let's finally hear all of it together. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So thanks for watching. That's it from me today. If you want to check it out, I will link some dealers in the video description below where you can order these things. Of course, also a link to the Diadario website if you want to learn more about it. And that's it from me today. See you again next week with another video, and I guess bye-bye. BassTheWorld.